And so we're going to be talking about the fight between Keith Thurman and Danny Swift Garcia. We're going to be going through Keith Thurman's keys to victory versus Danny Garcia. So let's just cut all the crap and get straight into it. Now, number one key to victory for Keith Thurman, in my opinion, let's put the volume down a bit, is he needs to stay out of range. Okay? He needs to stay on his toes. Now, when we look at the fight between Khan and Danny Garcia, okay, people forget that in the early rounds, Amir Khan was outboxing Danny Garcia quite convincingly, staying in a decent range. He was getting involved quite a lot and he was getting counterpunched, but we saw early glimpses of this. And as soon as Amir Khan started coming inside, we saw we saw what happened there. Khan got clipped really hard, and he got knocked out flush. I mean, the left hook hit him, and then after that he couldn't recover. We see it again and again with Danny Garcia when people try to get on the inside and exchange with Danny Garcia. They get hit hard, they get hit viciously, and Danny Garcia, he's very good at blocking and counterpunching. If Keith Thurman decides to go on the inside and tries to mix it up with Danny Garcia, he's gonna leave himself very, very, very vulnerable, and he needs to stay on the outside and box, because we know that Danny Garcia, his main problem is his footwork, and I really feel that Keith Thurman really needs to try to combat that by staying on the outside, outboxing Danny Garcia, and just using his speed, because Danny Garcia can be outboxed from the outside, straight punches, straight down the pipe, which brings us on to the second thing. He needs to pot shot, okay? If Keith Thurman pot shots against Danny Garcia, okay, what's gonna happen to Danny Garcia when Keith Thurman's on the outside using good range control? Keith Thurman's using good range control, not exchanging, not showing too much, not putting his punches together too much, not leaving openings, and just throwing that quick one punch. Danny Garcia's gonna get frustrated, okay? When Danny Garcia's frustrated, he's gonna try to lead. Okay, when Danny Garcia tries to lead, that's when Keith Thurman can get his way with Danny Garcia. If Keith Thurman tries to throw too many punches, tries to be too flashy, Danny Garcia is gonna have a field day with Keith Thurman. Trust me. Okay, if Keith Thurman stays on the outside, doesn't try to get too macho with this, pot shots Danny Garcia, doesn't throw too many punches, his footwork can win him this fight. Let's move on to the third thing. He needs to hold, pivot, and stay off the ropes. Now, in previous fights, right, what could happen in this fight if Keith Thurman follows the game, or follows points 1 and 2, which is stay out of range and pot shot, okay? It's going to come to a point in the fight where Danny Garcia is going to be coming forward and Keith Thurman will have the advantage on the back foot. If Keith Thurman has the advantage on the back foot, right, he is going to, at some point, get caught towards the ropes. And Keith Thurman does not hold. He doesn't hold. And because he doesn't hold, he doesn't have very good ring generalship, okay? He's got fast feet, but he doesn't use them properly, okay? When he gets up against the ropes, this is what Thurman does. He tucks up and he takes punishment to the body and to the head, okay? And this is a problem with Keith Thurman, because he doesn't hold when someone's got him up against the ropes. He can't pivot. He can't rotate around them. And if Danny Garcia is coming forward and pinning Thurman against the ropes, it's like what I said earlier. You take a look at Danny Garcia when he's on the inside, right? He's a vicious fighter on the inside. He knows how to block, how to counterpunch, and Thurman will not carry the advantage in this scenario, in my opinion. He might carry more power, but the bottom line is Danny Garcia is a better inside fighter, in my opinion. He's got better defense on the inside. He's a better counterpuncher on the inside. And more than anything else, Danny Swift Garcia, he's more rugged than Keith Thurman. He can take more punishment than Keith Thurman. Okay? He can handle it. Thurman can't handle it to the body. Thurman will not be able to handle it to the chin. Okay? Not there. Okay? Fourth thing, don't load up. Okay? Or get involved in exchanges. If Thurman loads up and gets involved in exchanges, he's going to leave himself open. Okay? He's going to be taking counter punches. Okay? Mainly to the body. Okay? When he's taking these punches to the body, okay, he can be hurt. We've seen it. Sean Porter's done it. We've seen it with Luis Calazo. Alright? When Thurman loads up, okay, he leaves himself open, not just to the counter punches to the body, but he leaves himself open to the chin as well. This is a picture I want you to look at, right? It's very hard to get. I couldn't even find a high quality picture of this because they tried to keep this ducked up, but many people forget Keith Thurman was rocked viciously by Jesus Soto Caras, who is a journeyman fighter, because Thurman threw an uppercut, loaded up, and got caught. Okay, if he tries to do this with Danny Garcia, I'm just gonna say this, yeah. Look, Danny Garcia, right, is this guy here. Danny Garcia is this guy here. Danny Garcia, right, is this guy here. Okay, if Thurman gets involved with him on the inside, okay, and loads up on his shots, he's gonna get knocked out flush. Okay, Danny Garcia might not have incredible power at 147, but I'm gonna tell you this: Thurman doesn't have as good of a chin as Guerrero. Okay, I'm not even convinced that he has a very good chin like someone like Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie's got a good chin. Apart from Porter, Paulie's got a solid chin. Okay, and just because Paulie got stopped by Porter and Thurman didn't, I'm telling you, the reason that Paulie got stopped by Porter and Thurman didn't was because Thurman had the power to keep Porter off him, and he kept him a little bit at bay. Okay, and he's a younger fighter as well. Okay, but I'm telling you, Paulie doesn't leave openings like Keith Thurman leaves. Keith Thurman leaves some openings, and if he leaves these openings, anybody can be knocked out in boxing. It doesn't matter if you've got a good chin or a bad chin. He can be hurt to the body and to the chin. And Danny Garcia is definitely going to be coming in to knock Thurman out. So, just like I said, yeah, look, Thurman's number one thing, right? He needs to stay out of range. Okay, box, pot shot Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia does get frustrated, right? And he's got to frustrate Danny Garcia. And once Danny Garcia starts coming on the front foot, then Thurman's got him. Okay, and it's at that point that Thurman just needs to be smart, box, hold, keep moving, grab him, pin him to the ropes. When you're on the inside, just tuck yourself up nice and tight, and keep your elbows tucked, your chin low, and keep dancing. Keep dancing. Thurman does these 5 things. I think he can win the fight against Danny Garcia. Will he do these 5 things? I don't think this is going to be his game plan, in my opinion. If this is his game plan, he'll win the fight, but I don't think this is going to be his game plan. I don't think he's going to do number 3, because I've not seen him do it. I don't think he's going to hold, and I think that's going to cost him. He might stay out of range, but I think he's going to load up on shots, and I think when he loads up, you're going to see some fireworks, and Danny Garcia is going to really load some bombs on him. I think he's going to throw combinations, and I think he's going to suffer. And this is my opinion. And I really do think he's going to load up as he always does. He has the ability to beat Danny Garcia, but I don't think he's going to beat Danny Garcia, because I think the game plan for Thurman is going to start off dancing and moving, but I think Danny Garcia is going to load up on the body shots. He's going to break him down, and then Thurman will get clipped at some point in the fight. When he tries to throw a loaded shot, and Danny Garcia throws a quicker, not loaded but hard enough counter left hook, counter right hook, and Danny Garcia's punch will get there first. If Thurman does these things, he can win the fight. This is what he needs to do to win the fight. But will he do these things to win the fight? Comment section below. Subscribe as always. Interviewed Keith Thurman several times. Very good guy. I like him. But let's keep it strictly boxing. Comment section below. Subscribe as always. Be Real TV. In a bit, guys.